Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Call Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kahakadash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on highways and byways pushing the truth. Not only out there on the highways and byways, but through videos done daily to saturate the internet with the truth. All right, we're doing this in hopes of waking up the remaining hopeful elect. All right, with what time we have remaining. All right, this is Naaman of the DC Camp, Branch Great Millstone, back for another video. And here, your boy in the White House. For those of you that, and I'm talking to you Jakes, that fell for the okie doke there. Well, this is what he's doing now. Some of his cohorts down in Louisiana are drafting up a bill that would criminalize homelessness. How about that? Just when you think you've seen the extent of his cruelness, he's got more. Here we go.
Be enforced. Senate Bill 196 creates the Homeless Court Program, connecting people to resources for things like mental health treatment and drug addiction. But this bill also makes sleeping on the street a crime, punishable with up to 2 years of hard labor. That piece is a big sticking point for opponents.
2 years of hard labor. Now, the interesting part about this, especially when it comes to Jake, you know, the 13th Amendment and all that. But I find it interesting you're so quick to criminalize, in most cases, people who just can't afford to keep up. They haven't done anything wrong other than just be, I don't know, poor. How about that? But you don't criminalize the situation, the conditions that led to these people being unhoused. Wow.
It is becoming a problem that must be solved. And so this bill is an approach to provide that balanced effort to it.
State Senator Bob Owen, author of the bill, says if homeless people arrested for public camping go through the diversion program, their criminal record could be wiped clean. It would mean regular check-ins with a service provider and going through a treatment program that is mandated by a judge.
Again, the overall thing I'm getting here is they think everybody that's homeless is on drugs or has some, mental defect. That's not always the case. So what about those that are just going to get swept up in this that really don't have any, wow, this is, talk about that broad brush. Hold on. So again, the question remains, what happens to the people, all right, that don't suffer from mental illness, that are not addicted to drugs, but just can't keep up? See, I initially, for those of you that probably never heard or either didn't care or but you got to understand, Trump is being directed to do this, all right? Because I was looking up, let's see, get a load of this. This is what your boy has been planning for a long time, all right? Trump's plan for people struggling with mental illness Trump wants to return to the use of mental institutions and proposes tent cities to deal with people who are unhoused and have, mental issues. March. Okay, the first one was November 12th, right after. But this is even, I think in his first term, he had even proposed this. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, he's pushing for a punitive approach that would impose fines and potentially jail time on homeless people. All right. Trump reveals new homeless policy, 10 cities. Trump would like to bring back mental institutions. Wow. And that may be what's behind this, because too, he wants to cut the Section 8 subsidizing of, apartments, whatever have you, for people that, could never otherwise afford to be in some of these, But we all know, here it is, Trump calls for the return of mental institutions. This is in 2023, October. Let's see, Trump turns toward forced treatment, of homeless. Forced. Let that sink in. Forced. And as you're going to hear in one of these videos, he's putting the stick before the carrot. In other words, he just don't care. Trump 2024 plans crackdowns on homeless, drug addicted, and mentally ill. We will take back our streets. See? But for those of you that somehow think that it would have been better under your homegirl, no, you got to understand, both of these are in on this. All right. The Democrats, just pushed you all into this reaction. That reaction being what you think was voting your current president in. All right. They're just playing with you. They're both in on it. It says the 5 hails Trump plan to reopen mental institutions. All right. Wow. And it keeps going on and on and on and on. All right. It's time to bring back asylums for the mentally ill. From Reddit, there was no difference between the old asylums and prison when it came to the treatment of the residents. That's true. That is very true. The only when you research the mental institutions, the history of the American mental institutions, the asylums, oh my goodness.